Kristin, and you're listening to Podcast and Amplify, a podcast for women and women of color entrepreneurs who want to amplify their voice and brand through podcasting and grow a wildly successful business. I'm the executive producer and host of 2 shows and an entrepreneur, and I love helping women grow their visibility, mindset, and business to the next level. Each week, I share tips on how to launch and leverage your podcast, and I'm bringing on the very best business leaders to give you advice on how to build your business empire. Let's amplify your voice and business. Hey there, welcome back to the Podcast and Amplify podcast. I'm Kristin Quiroz-Bayona, and I am your host. So today I want to talk about how podcasting changed my life. So I'm one of those people who rarely raise their hand in class. I struggled to speak up in meetings at work, and I felt completely uncomfortable being the center of attention. So in the middle of my corporate career, I realized how much staying quiet was holding me back, and that the corporate culture actually rewards people who speak up. So I took on projects that would require me to present in front of people. I signed up for Toastmasters, but nothing has had as much of an impact on my abilities to speak publicly as starting my own podcast. Now, I know that might sound a little bit funny because I'm not actually speaking in front of people, but recording yourself speaking about a certain topic or interviewing someone about their experience or their knowledge, it really helps you to just learn how to speak, because you have to engage with the person, or you have to deliver your content in a way that is going to be listenable to people, if that's a word. You have to learn to speak in a way that doesn't include a lot of verbal tics like and like and and you gain that experience just through the act of delivering your script for your show or being the person who asks the questions of your guest. So it might seem like I'm being hyperbolic when I say that podcasting has changed my life, but really in a short amount of time, it's given me the confidence and experience to put myself out there in ways that I never would have dreamed of. I've done Instagram lives, I've been on other podcasts, I've done workshops. These are things that I was terrified to do before. And these types of experiences have really created new opportunities for me. It's opened doors that would have been closed to me otherwise. So if you've been holding back from starting a podcast and are wondering, okay, what are the benefits? How can this impact my business? How can this change me and help me grow and own my voice and really step into all of my power? I'm going to share 4 ways that my life has changed from starting a podcast. So first of all, it's improved my public speaking. So writing scripts for each of the episodes, from intros to solo shows, and then recording them, it's been a great way to practice sharing my knowledge and my experience. I use fewer filler words like and not that they're completely gone, but they are a lot less than they used to be. I think I had someone record one of my speeches and they had to mark every time I said or and or any kind of filler word. And I have to tell you, I don't even remember what the number was, but it was very embarrassing. It was a high double-digit number of how many they recorded. So this medium has really helped me to overcome that, because when I'm in the editing process, I am hearing all of those and let me tell you, it takes a long time to edit them out. And it's not that I edit out every single one, but it definitely motivates me to use them less, because then when I'm in the editing room, I'm not spending so much time making the recording sound more professional without the verbal tics. So I feel like I'm really able to articulate myself clearly, concisely, and with a lot more confidence. And also speaking to guests has made me just really get comfortable with that Q&A format, which is really essential to being able to do great interviews. Now I understand the cadence, what a good response sounds like. It's helped me be a better interview and guest speaker when I'm on other people's shows. Hey explorers, we'll get back to the show in just a moment, but I wanted to take just a few seconds to invite you to the free workshop that I created. It's called The 3 Secrets to Starting Your Successful Podcast. Now it's all about helping you to start your dream podcast so that you can share your voice and expand your business. If you want to join, just go to exploreinu.com. It's totally free. All right, friend, back to the show. So the second way that podcasting has changed my life is by really expanding opportunities. I've met amazing people on my show, and it's resulted in really fun speaking opportunities, like being on my guests' podcasts, doing IG live collaborations, which was both scary and fun, and being a guest speaker at industry events and masterminds. So when you connect with these like-minded people that you just really have something in common with, you have the same vibe, it results in these collaborations that feel really organic and they are super fun. And so my podcast is also content that I can use to pitch myself to complete strangers, people that I haven't met through my podcast, for speaking engagements and other opportunities. So really it expands my opportunities because it's a body of work that tells people who I am, and they can listen to what I'm able to speak about. So number 3, it's really reinforced my purpose being a podcaster. So for me, there's nothing more important than doing really meaningful work that impacts others. I believe wholeheartedly in the mission behind my shows, my travel show, this show, and with each episode, I learn how to hone in on my why. My podcast has allowed me to double down on my goal to share diverse stories in travel and to amplify women and women of color voices in the podcasting space. So it's been such a great opportunity for me to be intentional about why I'm doing what I'm doing and to help uplift other voices that I think are so needed in the world. So the last way that podcasting has really changed my life is that it's given me a huge confidence boost. And this actually might be the most important one out of all 4 of these things, because it's given me the confidence to boldly own my space. I now really believe that I have something to say that's worth sharing, and it's helped me to try things that I wouldn't have tried before and reimagine what's possible for myself. This personal growth impacts my entire life and my business. So, my friend, if you're like me, back before I started my podcast, and you know you have something to share, but are maybe feeling a little bit scared to put yourself out there, just know that taking this step towards owning your voice and sharing your gifts with the world will really be a game changer in your business and your life. And if you have any questions about starting a podcast, reach out to me and let's talk about how podcasting can help you to own your voice, grow your business, and really engage and attract a community that you love. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next episode. If you loved today's episode, please subscribe so you don't miss a show. And rating and reviewing this podcast is the best way to help support us. Always remember, your voice and what you have to offer is needed in the world. Until next week, take care.